welcome to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back with a pick a card reading for you. For today's topic, we're looking at July 2023 in love for you. So what can you expect in your love life in July of 2023? I want to welcome my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys for all of your beautiful comments. Be sure to check your notification bells because I have notified a recent winner. So be sure to check your notifications in case that was you. And if you are new to the channel, be sure to drop your comment below, subscribe to the channel for your chance to win a free tarot reading. It's just my way of saying thank you to my subscribers for your friendship and for your presence here on my channel. I really, really appreciate it. If you have stumbled across here for the very first time, I do pick a card readings on this channel. I do try to release at least a couple of times a week, so be sure to check back for content that you like. And be sure to drop comments below any of my readings for suggestions for topics that you would like to see covered as well. For today's topic, as I said, it's all about July love predictions. So July 2023 love predictions. What can you expect to happen in your love life? Maybe you're in a relationship, maybe you're just beginning relationships, maybe you're interested in getting into one. And so we're going to see what's going to happen for you in July. We have 3 piles to choose from today. Pile number 1 here with the red rose. Pile number 2 with the light pink rose. And pile number 3 with sort of the burgundy colored rose. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, there may be messages waiting from Spirit. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, today our topic is all about July 2023 love predictions and what you can expect in your love life in July of 2023. Hello, pile number 1. You are drawn to the red little rose. And you are drawn to this little keyhole doorway. And this is your reading about July 2023 in love. So your card that you were drawn to was 3 of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun, 3 cups and happiness, 3 cheers are done, celebration is near, which is really, really great. Now, the 3 of Cups really speaks about friendships that could evolve into more sometime. So there could be some flirtation energy that you're experiencing right now within a friendship situation. And this could just be the beginnings of your connection. If you are friends and there's a big flirtation cycle happening right now, it could be the propeller. July could be the propeller into more, because it's talking about spending a lot of time with somebody that maybe you're just in a, maybe it's even a friends with benefits situation, or maybe it's just a friendship situation, but you're going to be spending a lot of time with one specific person in July, and things are going to develop from those connections and from this opportunity. So I feel like July is going to be an abundant month for you overall. You're going to be having fun. You're going to be going out with people. Now, this person could be somebody that's very different from you, maybe not your usual type, or the expectation maybe wasn't there for a relationship in the beginning of your connection, but that doesn't mean that things are not going to evolve out of what's coming in July. It feels very exciting. It says the grass is green. It's so beautiful and lush, and it's green where we water it. So there's something already present in your life, a person, a connection that's already present in your life, and this connection could evolve into way more in July. So I think you're going to be spending a lot of time with one specific person. So let's take a look here and see. Pile number 1, July love predictions for 2023. What is coming forward? Who is coming forward in July? We have the King of Pentacles. Could be a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. I feel like this person's really good looking too. Like this could be describing you as well. So it can be reversed, but there's just a really strong presence with this divine masculine energy, like very traditional good looks, a great head of hair. I feel like just a really great head of hair. We have the Ace of Wands. Like you're already attracted to this person already in your life. They're already in your life. The sparks are already flying. It's already crossed your mind, perhaps, that you find this person really attractive. And I feel like it's very mutual. They have found you very attractive as well. Yeah, there you are, beautiful Empress energy. And wow, how could they not? How could they not find you attractive? Look at how gorgeous you are. This Knight of Swords is talking about somebody who perhaps is a little bit funny. Maybe they try to make you laugh a lot. Maybe their jokes are really corny and kind of lame, but they still try really hard to make you laugh. We have the 5 of Swords, but we have the 4 of Wands with the Lovers. Oh my goodness. I also feel like within this connection in July, you're going to be conflicted. Your ego's going to say, maybe you shouldn't take the risk here. Maybe you shouldn't see where this is going to go, because what if it just blows up and you lose this friendship? It's like, what if? And if we continue to focus on the what ifs, we'll never know what could be. And so there's this feeling about having to make a choice, having to decide where you're going to water your grass, because the doorway is there. There's already sort of this really strong parallel between your feelings for each other. There's mutual feelings before each other. And July could be the doorway where we close the chapter on a friendship and open it up to a relationship. And these expectations that your ego keeps flooding at you in preparation for some type of leap of faith, it's not even, it doesn't hold any water. There's no truth to what the ego is saying to you in this conflict. Because they are worried about self-preservation getting in the way of the opportunity in July in love. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now this could mean that this is a work connection between the two of you. They're also, that's not necessarily for everyone though, however, but they're also talking about weaving our own destiny. It's like maybe we're relying on this person in July to be the force, to be the motion. And that's why Spirit's encouraging you to not rely on others to make momentum happen. You could, and that's an option for you. And honestly, it's not even necessarily not a guarantee that like this person may come forward in July and speak their truth too, or take action upon you in some way. But a watched pot never boils. And so there's this feeling about not sending someone else to do a job that you could do. Because if we are relating or waiting for the divine masculine in July, maybe this spark will just maintain in just the spark, and time will slip away. Like time will wait for no one. The opportunity is in July. The opportunity is here. The doorway is here. And it's prompting you for action. Like it's telling the divine feminine, because I feel like I am dealing with divine feminine energy right now. Again, it has everything to do with emotions, not gender, but there's this emphasis on you taking a mask off, you taking off the masks of uncertainty and being honest with your feelings, being open and honest with yourself and other people in July, being critical. Because I feel like presently you already feel something for someone and you're holding back a lot. And they want you to consider for a moment that maybe this person's holding back for the exact same fears, the exact same reasons that you are. But this judgment, it's like it's calling you down. It's calling you down for your opportunity, asking you to reflect upon what's holding you back right now so that you'll take action before the ego says, hey, what, wait for me, because I want to jump on that horse and influence your decision. By making you feel insecure, by trying to get you to self-preserve. But the 5 says that this is a period of great change for you. That this is a period of profound growth. July could be a huge monumental opportunity, the keyhole towards a really good relationship, something that's going to be a huge influence on your path. And that could mean longevity. That could mean just a really profound relationship. It could mean so many things. But this 6 of Swords says that the person that you are already attracted to is going to need a little bit of a push or a shove in July. And the divine feminine may have to be the force to speak up a little bit, but the results are going to be very, very beneficial. The results are going to be huge because there's so much opportunity towards relationships. So at the beginning of July, I don't feel like you'll be in a relationship. You're going to be spending time with one person. But by the end of July, you could be in that relationship. It's going to require action, however, and a lot of communication. I feel like maybe you're already communicating with somebody in the present. And I love that the 6s are here, the Lovers, the 6 of Swords, because this is a collaborative energy. You don't have to do it all. They're not saying that you have to throw yourself on every sword. They just need a little bit of a push, a little bit of a boost. Great opportunity, cracked open, surrender to the alchemy of life. Potential, it's like cracking open potential, seeing potential, but incubating the egg a little bit too long. And sometimes when that incubation is taking a little bit too long, you have to figure out what's going on. You have to candle that egg. You have to take a look inside. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path and be the leader that you wish that you had. You were always being called to treat others the way that we want to be treated. And Spirit says we can relate that even in the love realm. It's not always a guarantee that the other people are going to be generous enough to be equal to us in what we put out, but it's always a beautiful place for us to launch ourselves from. And we have baby steps, action, and follow your intuition before it makes sense. Follow the prompts before it makes sense in July. I feel like the results are going to speak for themselves for you. It says here, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So if you're moving into the month of July and you're flirting with someone and it doesn't quite turn into a relationship by mid-July, don't fret, don't fear. I see a lot of progress for you. And July is like the launching pad. July 2023 is the launching pad. July 2023 love predictions, please. It says here, slow and steady wins the race. As I said, I feel like you're not going to be launching yourselves into commitment. You're launching yourselves into a relationship, and there could be longevity there. And surrender to your feelings. That's what's most important here. Surrender to your feelings. Porcupine Spirit, time for a beginner mind. And the truth is that Spirit is predicting that if you do sort of speak up in this inspiration, if you speak up towards someone that you feel is that you're crushing towards right now, I feel like you're going to have positive results. Like the Four of Wands is a very celebratory energy. It's like we're waiting for celebration here. Back of the deck says set healthy boundaries on the back of that deck. And this could be in relation to sort of taking action really profoundly. Like if we take action in one way, maybe we won't be comfortable taking action in a physical way. Maybe we're just going to be feeling like moving into a relationship, but we're not quite ready for physical action. So just make sure that you're setting your boundaries with this person as well in the month of July. What are they going to find in July? This could be the one for you, pile one. You have already met this person. You've already met the romantic partner. You seek playfulness and flirtation. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So don't be afraid to flirt back. Don't be afraid to, and even if that's the way that you communicate how you feel, just by amping up that flirtation quotient, Spirit says go for it. Make sure that you let your emotions be seen in whatever way you feel comfortable, because this could be a very big step for you in the very least closing out old unnecessary cycles and tackling this challenge, tackling when the ego starts to compete with that higher voice. So this could be the one for you. Very, very strong energy propelling you forward. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number one. Additional messages for July 2023. Oh, I missed the bowl. Justice, Six of Wands, and the Page of Wands. I feel like in the past there's been a lot of cycles in your relationships that have not been fair to you, like people who have not treated you fairly. You've been through the ringer a few times, and so that's really affected how you perceive new opportunities, how you perhaps even perceive specifically divine masculine energy. It's like maybe you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder when it comes to love. This Page of Wands, though, there is such a strong physical attraction that it sort of outweighs the logic, and I use quotation marks because our feelings of helplessness, our feelings of frustration, they're not always based in logic. But the attraction that you feel coming in July is going to outweigh all of those truths that you're carrying around with you. And it's really going to help to build your confidence in the very least. This person helps to build your confidence, and confidence will be your key to success in overcoming the determination that you require to plow through your own insecurities. But I see victory for you. And you feel empowered. You feel more empowered. We have the glass half empty with the measuring cup, but it's flipped over. So we're transitioning from a glass half empty mentality into something more optimistic. Weakness is a choice. We do have a forget-me-not. And we have outdated thinking with the cassette player. So there's somebody that you're still thinking about. I don't feel like it's somebody from your past. I do feel like it's somebody brand new coming in. But there could have been somebody from your past that put some thorns in your heart, that tested your faith a little bit. And here's the screwdriver. It's like really screwed in a lesson that was painful. But the truth is that when we overcome those attachments, we're going to feel empowered. We have the letter Q. I think of question and answer. So you could be communicating with somebody right this moment. And I feel like July is going to be a heavy month of recognition and acknowledgement of that, like learning about each other, back and forth communication. We also have here the Pegasus horse, looking at things from a higher perspective before you say no to the opportunity. Pile one, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading. I would even love for you to come back after July so I can hear what happened. I am a very nosy person by nature. So be sure to come back and drop your comment below for your chance to win. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the little pink rose. or to this doorway, and this is your reading. What can you expect in July 2023 when it comes to your love cycles? Now, you were drawn to a stranger's grace. Ego fears the sudden danger, but never underestimate the kindness of a loving stranger. Oh my goodness. So new doorways. This looks like a very formal door as well. So this could mean that an institution will be involved, like education, school, government, things like that. So maybe work realm connection, school realm connection, somebody with authority, or somebody that you're attracted to out in the world, in the community. Even it could even invest in church, like it looks kind of like a church door as well. So maybe somebody in the community that you're going to be attracted to. This feels like a brand new energy though. And that is sometimes scary, you know. We oftentimes will sit in discomfort or sit in familiar comfort zones, even if they aren't thriving, because we are more afraid of the unknown than we are about sitting in a stagnant moment, like sitting in a stagnant past. And so they're asking you to not fear the stranger energy. It's like they sometimes will say stranger danger, but in this case, they're like, the ego fears that. But the truth is that you have a brand new person perhaps coming in, or somebody new that's going to spark interest for you. So let's see who this is. What is coming in for July 2023 for pile number 2, please? In love. 6 of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess. Cottage. We have the King of Wands. Fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. 5 of Cups. 4 of Wands. And this is where the ego fear is coming in with the 5 of Cups, because there's the 8 of Wands. This is a propeller energy. There's the Knight of Pentacles. And the truth is that I don't feel like you have anything to fear with this person, because they're kind of a reliable chap. They feel like they are dependable. They feel sort of steadfast, an honest person that's coming forward for you, and just sort of a traditionalist in that way. Now, there's going to be a lot of attraction as well between the two of you. This person's going to be very attracted to you. And I almost feel like they're going to be the aggressor, or they're going to be the person with the confidence that's going to come forward, even if they don't actually have that confidence. But I think they kind of do. I think they do have that confidence, because they're going to come forward and they're going to sort of maybe ask you out, or there's just going to be interest that's going to be presented to you, which is sort of refreshing coming through here. But let me get a different deck. Whoops. For some, this might start in the work realm, but not for all. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 5 of Swords. And there's the ego fearing. You know, the 5s come in when we're on the precipice of profound change, but we just have to overcome this last hurdle, this last exam, this last fear factor to leap over. We have the Knight of Crystals, and that's the thing, is that the ego is going to use against you anything you've experienced in the past that has been negative in relationships. So it's going to tell you it's too dangerous of a prospect. It's going to tell you you're not good enough. It's going to tell you that it's going to blow up in your face. It's going to tell you that now's not the time. It's going to tell you everything it can to stop you from launching yourself into something new. But they're just talking about old deposits of information that aren't necessary anymore, that we're just carrying around with us. That we're just carrying around, and we've made a habit of carrying these conflicted thoughts around with us too. But instead, your guides are asking you for a deep dive here. They're asking you to give it a little bit of a shot, in the very least, give it a little bit of a second look, because you might regret it if you don't. There's this really strong fear about holding back because of, not because this person's done anything wrong, but because other people have contributed to your mindset of loss. And so they don't want you to regret a great opportunity. I feel that this person's super reliable, super protective. This person is like a focused person too. Like they have goals, they have dreams. They could be even an entrepreneur or like a boss or something. Like they have goals and dreams, and they will achieve them too. Like this is a determined person. We have the 9 of Swords. But look at this 9 of Swords. It says perspective and self-empowerment, and it's a porcupine. And I feel like the porcupine's been coming out a lot for me recently for the collective, because there's so much fear swirling around the collective energy, and Spirit wants to strip us away from that unnecessary fear because it's just useless. You know, it's like we could be afraid of absolutely everything if we actually chose to sit down and think about things, you know, sitting on this swirling rock in the middle of space. We could be terrified at every moment, at every turn, but it's very wasteful energy. And so they're asking you not to fear. Don't underestimate this next chapter or where it could take you. Oh my gosh, 9 of Pentacles, King of Crystals, King of Pentacles. And they're asking the Divine Feminine specifically to do something risky here, because this is a reliable person. This is fatherhood material. This is commitment material, this person coming in for you. And I do feel like, to be honest with you, for some of you, that's why they're asking you for this big risk. Even if it feels like a huge risk for you, they're asking for that because they know what's available to you if you do. This person has potential for more beyond this, beyond July. This is just the beginning in July. It's just this beautiful prospect of beginnings. And the 9 of Cups it says gratitude and fulfillment, because your higher self knows something you don't about this next chapter. And they don't want to give too much away because they don't want you to stop yourself from dancing. They don't want you to hold back because of extra details that they give you. They just want to give you this prompt, this little sort of sneak peek of where this connection could take you in the future. And the reason why they don't want to kind of go down the line to the, you know, to the very end of the connection is because they don't want to influence your path. You know, they don't want to influence you. They don't want to tell you that maybe this could lead to commitments, which, to be honest with you, it very well could for someone watching. They don't want to tell you that because maybe then that will be your only focus. Maybe you won't enjoy the journey. Maybe your focus will be on that end game, and they want you in the present because that's where all the abundance comes in, and they want you to experience that. So they're like, get rid of all the old fatty deposits, get rid of those, and move into something more reliable for yourself because you deserve it. Here's the Knight of Wands, and there's the 4 of Swords. And I feel like maybe you were dealing with this Knight of Wands in the past, and now we're dealing with the Knight of Pentacles. And this Knight of Wands, first of all, it's calling for action anyway, but it's the boar, aggressive masculine energy that comes rushing forward. And maybe you've dealt with that in the past. This is not that person. This person is reliable. They're steadfast. They're careful about their decisions. They're careful about their money. They're careful about the steps that they take. And they're careful with your heart, it feels like too, which is beautiful. So we have the 4 of Swords with the bear. I think of boundaries and the Queen of Swords. So you could be an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It says sanctuary and rest. And that's what your higher self is letting you know. They're giving you that sneak peek of saying, not only can you trust this person, you can find sanctuary and belonging in this new connection. It's an exciting time for you. And actually, pile 1 had 4 of Wands as well as a big main theme. So there could be a message waiting for you there too. But there's just such a profound momentum with the 8 of Wands that is propelling you forward. And maybe you don't feel ready, but Spirit says opportunity knocks when we don't feel ready. We have here lifting the veil. It's time to question everything, and anything unaligned with you must go. So in this next week, before we go into July, they're asking you to do just that. Lift the veil with the High Priestess. And when you lift it, you're going to find some conflict. And she wants you to guard yourself against that conflict. We have Earth School, remembering that we are going through a period of lessons, soul growth, higher learning, and that everything that we've experienced up to this point was just one of those lessons. Reminds us that we are in the world, but not of it. And they want you to, it says, fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite and extremes of life. And that's what they're seeing. They're seeing you holding the opposite extreme vision or awareness over what's actually coming in. It's like the exact opposite of what the ego is telling you to fear is coming in for you, which is abundance. 9 of Cups energy, wish fulfillment, a dreamy person, Spirit says, a very dreamy person. We have here, lay a solid foundation, the Beaver Spirit. Very hardworking person, as I said. Really reliable, family-oriented. Laying a solid foundation in July. That's the spark. That's the prompt. That's the trigger to more. but you're laying a solid foundation. And that's why they're asking for that deep dive. And they're asking for, again, the exact opposite of whatever extreme hold or emotional hold that's holding your focus. Look to the very opposite end of the spectrum to what you can expect in the future. We have here Panther Spirit. It's time to reclaim your power. This is a moment of profound growth for you. We have This and That Are True with the Dolphin Spirit. Time for a deep reflection and time for some fun. The dolphin goes leaping into adventure. I hear like there's a great laugh. Maybe you have the great laugh, or this person has a great laugh, but there's just a great laugh. There's friendship within the dynamics of this connection. Again, belonging. And they want to acknowledge with this card that both grief and great opportunities can exist at the same time. And we sometimes have to grapple with that truth. The Panther Spirit oftentimes sits in the shadows, and they're asking you to step out. Number 44, Four of Wands, beautiful. I'm excited for you. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all, and retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world and all the distractions that have existed in the world. And these two people look like they're in wedding clothes and they're going off into the sunset together, which is a beautiful thing. We have such momentum for you, pile 2. You chose a very beautiful pile. And as I said, don't fear what's coming in July. It could lead you to a lot of movement. It could lead you to longevity. They're asking the Divine Feminine to take that risk. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. July 2023. Love predictions. Again, fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus with the Hierophant. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. Very exciting. A very protective person. They're very protective over you. I feel like they are commitment material, but obviously you're not going to commit in July. They're talking about taking our time to reach commitment levels. They're also saying that this person doesn't really like authority in the sense of positions at work. So they could be their own boss. Maybe they went through that cycle. They could be an entrepreneur. They just don't like working for other people. We have the purple flower. Expansion, moving into your royalty stage. We have the letter P. We have here pineapple. I think of reunions. I do think of swinging energy too sometimes. I take that as it resonates. We have a little letter L. We also have the frog, so trusting in our intuition, evolution. We do have a dime from 2014, and I do think about October, Libra. We have the star of Aquarius with the fairy. It's like somebody who's afraid to hope. From the Divine Feminine's perspective, afraid to hope, because maybe there's been hesitations. I also feel like there could be, for someone watching, and this isn't for everyone, you could be a parent, and that could be why you hesitate too. We do have the balance rune, and we have the hatchet. So I think about the tree of life, building connections. I also think of sometimes divorces. So maybe you've been divorced, or there's been a huge breakup in your past, which makes you a little bit gun shy. Pile number 2, that's what I had for you today. Hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below, even if you have to come back to leave it, so that you can be entered in for your chance to win the free tarot reading. Be sure to check your notification bells in case you have been notified that you are the winner, because I'm waiting to hear back from my most recent winner. Be sure to also check my links below for Instagram or for Etsy for a personal reading. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the dark red rose and to this card. And this is your reading for July 2023. What can you expect in love in July 2023? This sort of looks like a tomb, like Jesus's tomb, like coming out of the darkness. And it is the heart healing card. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. So this could really speak to your healing cycles and where you're coming from in love. And maybe you've been really disappointed. It's like maybe you even like maybe you went through a period of isolation purposefully. It's like intentionally, I'm going to retreat. I'm not going to offer myself to the world. I'm going to work on myself. I'm just going to start that healing process. But now Spirit says, although they don't want to put a cap or a time frame on how long you're going to mourn, they just think that July maybe has some opportunities for you that can help expedite that process for you, that can help you to gain a new perspective over why maybe the past didn't work out, that there's something more intentional that is waiting for you. And July may be a huge prompt for that. So let's take a look and see. Already on the back of the deck, we have this beautiful sun out, which is lovely because it's the sun coming down into the darkness. I'm hearing this song in my head from Jason's Lyric. Do you remember that movie years ago, Jason's Lyric? I'm hearing a song. I'm hearing that song that all the women sang on the soundtrack. I don't know why. I keep hearing, let us go, set us free from all the chains that bind me. And I keep hearing freedom. We have the Queen of Wands. And there's the Nine of Cups showing itself as well. Like you've been waiting for your day in the sun. And you've had your hopes high in the past. And I feel like it's like the waves of emotion have knocked down those castles you built. The castles in the sand. We have here the Hanged Man. And this sort of looks like Harry Houdini, who's been all chained up to this branch. And it's not actually a branch at all. It's actually a broom. And so there's a clearing out the clutter message coming out. They know that you have a fear of being hurt again. But just like Harry Houdini, who puts himself in those binds and chains, he has the key to get himself out of it. So maybe you've surrendered to a certain perspective of love, a certain perspective about the future. And Spirit says it's time to clear out that clutter. And the truth is that the attraction that you feel towards this person is going to prompt you for action here. You're going to be very tempted by this person. But you're also going to be really insecure about kind of getting back out there in July. We have the Two of Pentacles. And for someone watching, you're arguing with the screen right now. You're saying, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for anyone. I don't want to meet anyone in July. I'm not interested in meeting anyone in July. But you can see that there's this black cat. There's like this feeling about superstitions and things like that. It's like this black cat is jumping down to kind of make the decision for us. So I feel like you have someone coming in July, or an opportunity or attraction coming in July, and it's like it's making the decision for you. We have the Empress, because I just heard whether good, whether bad. Now you've got this opportunity. It's like no ifs, ands, or buts. I just heard no ifs, ands, or buts. Here's the Three of Swords, and that's your but. Because it's going to be like, but I've been hurt, but I'm heartbroken, but I thought I had the one, and I built up this image for myself of where I was going, and then I was hurt really, really badly. But Spirit's like, no ifs, ands, or buts. We have something that we want you to take action on in July, and it's really, really important because you're the Empress. You're giving birth to nations, Spirit says. And there's this feeling about abundance, future prospects, family, just all sorts of goals that you have that maybe in the present you can't even imagine accomplishing. It's like I can't bridge the gap between where I'm at, trying to feel empowered, trying to call back to my empowerment and abundance mindsets and family and all my goals and dreams coming true. I can't possibly jump from that rung of the ladder to this rung of the ladder. But Spirit says you'll be surprised what type of energy and momentum and focus can do to propel you into something more. Because this looks like a teeter-totter, and as soon as this black cat jumps on one end, this person could go flying into an opportunity. So it's like whether you're ready or not, there's something coming in July that's going to change your perspective. Or it's fighting for a place within your perspective. Because I feel like this sense of like waiting to be empowered has almost become part of your empowerment. It's like because you've been waiting to be empowered and you've been trying to hold on to strength and almost tapping into divine masculine energy to accomplish that, it's like that's becoming part of your foundation. It's becoming part of your crutch a little bit of being independent, being strong, not needing anyone. Spirit says no man's an island, no woman's an island. Here's the King of Swords. Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius coming forward for you. We also have Capricorn. Here's the Four of Swords. And your guides just want you to know that they want to anoint you. They're not negating that you're in mourning right this moment, but they want to anoint you with something brand new. So they're acknowledging that pain, but they're also acknowledging the opportunity that they're still asking you to surrender to. Four of Swords. And they know that you're suspicious. So you're suspicious about the future because you're suspicious about the past. And you're carrying that conflict, and the ego is going to be right along with it into this new opportunity. So they don't want you to look backwards. That's why this Knight of Wands is rushing forward on the broom to battle that ego, to battle that dragon that's on top of the mountain. That's what July is going to do for you in love. Gives you an opportunity to battle the ego. There's the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Devil again, Capricorn energy. Back of the deck is the Six of Cups. And we have the Three of Swords again for you, pile 3. Oh my goodness, you are in a state of mourning, but look at that leap. We were just talking about how we can't jump from despair to joy, but the Spirit says, yeah, you can. Yes, you can. Your perspective can shift overnight. And my mom used to say that to me when I was young, and I would get so frustrated with her. If I was struggling, she'd say, you know, Amy, things can change overnight. And I'd be like, stuff it, Mom. I don't want to hear it. Things can't change overnight, but they absolutely can. And so July is going to be a very transformative energy for you, because I feel like even though you're resisting, you won't be able to help to sort of fall for this person. I feel like there's almost like a friendship aspect. Somebody who's really generous with you is coming forward with some type of interest. Again, you may have to pursue as well, because they're asking for action on your end too. It's not just going to fall into your lap. You have to put yourself out there in some way, but it's going to compete with the pain that you're standing guard over. And they're showing this little tiny gray guard that's standing kind of guard over your heart right now, keeping you in this passive approach when it comes to love. But now's the time to step up and be more generous with yourself, especially, and in the relation to other connections coming in, because this could be the desires of your heart coming in. And it's a huge deviation. It's like everything you've been waiting for, and you being really happy in a position in the future because you suffered through all of that, because you're going to be appreciative of, like, I'm so glad that that situation that broke my heart didn't work out, because it pales in comparison to this energy. And they want you to know that this morning energy is very temporary. So just, oh, it's so exciting. Surrender to what's happening. Surrender to what's going to be revealed to you. They're talking about somebody very different from you. So that this could be someone who's very different from you culturally. They could look very different from you. Maybe not your usual type. They're also talking about friendship aspects that are going to shift into more romantic aspects too. You're going to be going out. They want you to go out in July. You're going to be going out and having fun. And I feel like despite your best efforts, you're going to have fun. Despite your best efforts, you're going to start to feel yourself gaining more optimism over this situation. Now, we do have Capricorn energy here very strong. So this person could be a Capricorn, but they're also talking about a hardworking energy, somebody very focused on their goals, like a hands-on type of person. So they could work for a trade or work with their hands. They could almost work with animals, actually. Like, I'm feeling almost like somebody who works hard with animals in some way. So take that as it resonates to your situation. But this person's also very protective and reliable too. And I feel like you're going to be holding sort of yourself at the standard of taking your time. So this is prompted in July, but it's going to extend beyond July, because you're going to take your time in this connection, and the results could be absolutely huge. And we saw that Nine of Cups in relation to things in the past where we built our dreams in the sand and the waves came in. But now we have the Nine of Cups again. We have the Ten of Cups, which is abundance, and the full spectrum over why did I experience that? Why? So that I could gain here, so that I could have this experience. And this encompasses all sorts of abundance. They're showing commitments. They're showing family energy. So just know that July is a huge, profound month for you. And that's why they're calling you up. They're calling you up out of the darkness. If you're in that state of mourning, if you're suffering right now, even if you don't feel ready, Spirit says there's energy that's ready for you. And it's offering you freedom, Spirit says. You deserve it. But you have to cry out for it. It's like, I hear like an activism energy. It's like you're an activist, or you need to be an activist. It says, fall into my arms, surrender. Holding the opposite in extremes of life. This came out in pile number 2 as well. And perspective, none of this matters. Zoom out and common ground. This reminds me of the Void card, and maybe you feel like you're sort of in the darkness right now. But that's what they want you to understand about the human experience, is that when we're in profound despair, if we can't seem to pull ourselves out of it, they want to remind us about the purpose of the human experience and to find a common ground in the moment of despair. We also have here Harayat, longing for home, homesick for the stars, and there is a soulmate energy. It's like a reunion of souls that I'm feeling in the future for someone. So this could mean somebody from your past, but I don't think it's this lifetime, but somebody from a past lifetime that you have had some type of connection with. So you may find when you meet this person, that's what really prompts you into action, is this familiarity, an easy rapport between the two of you. It's like they make it easy to speak to them. We also have here Inner Earth. You'll survive this. There are new solutions and beginnings waiting for you in July. So the pain that you're experiencing, you're going to pull through, you're going to survive, and you're going to be better for it. We have here Be Fearless and Bold, the Badger Spirit, and Stag Spirit, Take the Lead. Tapping into strength, tapping into healing. This stag is covered in shamanic feathers, covered in these beautiful expansive blooms as well. We also have on the back of the deck, Lion Spirit, it's time to be generous of spirit, specifically to yourself. The Divine Feminine here could be the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, and I do feel an Earth energy coming in for you for the Divine Masculine, but I also feel an air energy coming in for someone's Divine Masculine as well, so Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But it's time for the Leo energy to step up and lead in their own experience. That doesn't mean you're going to have to be the aggressor in July. Chemistry, there is a strong magnetic attraction waiting for you in the month of July, which is going to be very exciting. And it's like a magnet. It's drawing you forward. And it's supposed to, because it's going to help you tap into your empowerment again in a real sense, because maybe you're tapped into self-preservation as empowerment. And right now, Spirit wants you to understand that vulnerability is just as powerful as that. And this next chapter will require that. It's a mutual generous energy that I'm feeling. And Retreat, this came out in pile number 2, I believe, as well. We do have It's time to disconnect from the world, Retreat, and they look like they're wearing wedding clothes. And as I said, there could be, for someone watching, a lot of longevity, maybe commitment cycles beyond July. We're not establishing it in July, we're just starting the process. And we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime coming in. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. July 2023 love predictions. Missed the bowl twice. We have the 2 of Cups, we have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is kind of like frustrating delays, like you've been kept waiting for love, or you've been kept waiting for happiness or loyalty or satisfaction. You've been kept waiting. And so there's a bit of a jealous energy. It's like we've got a bit of a chip on our shoulder, and maybe we compare our situation to other people and we feel like it's not fair that other people are moving through such an easy timeline in love and we feel like we're just not hitting it. But the frustrating delays are coming to an end, so they don't want you to compare your journey to anyone else's. We have this relationship here coming forward. I feel like out of the 2 of you, you're the talker. This person could be kind of shy and a little bit more reserved, but they're smart. They have a lot to say when they do say it. We have the letter E. Q. I think a question and answers. We have good luck on your side with the ladybug, which is beautiful. Blank card for creative accountability. And the strength ruin, overcoming powerful forces beyond your control. We have the Kings and Queens book. It's like a fairy tale. So moving into abundance, moving into sort of royalty status, or moving into commitment status in the future. W could be an initial or for the win. We also have here the Anchor, stagnancy, and the Blue Empress. So somebody who's heartbroken, somebody who's suffering with painful endings, and it's stagnating you. It's time to call anchor. It's time for us. Morning now has had its time. It's time to pull up that anchor, move out of heartbreak and into something more abundance, because luck is actually on your side. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, drop your comment below for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.